Hey guys, it's Tony and welcome back to my channel, Happy Healthy Herbivore. Okay, so my vegan story. My vegan story started a little bit over a year ago. I was at the worst time in my life. I had extreme acne. I was looking back on it, I was definitely depressed and extremely insecure. And that's a whole nother story that I will do an entire video on if you guys would like to hear about my acne journey and all of that. I mean, I still obviously do not have perfect skin. I have a lot of scarring left from the acne that I had, but that's all I have left is scarring, and I'm a completely different person now. I'm very confident in who I am and in my skin and going out without makeup and not wearing makeup at all. I mean, we are in October. I have worn makeup on 2 occasions this entire year, and at this time last year I would not leave my room without makeup. I did not want my family members or anybody, I didn't even want to see myself without makeup. It was a really rough time, but during that time is when I found veganism. So everything, I truly do believe that everything does happen for a reason, because if I wouldn't have had acne as bad as I did, then I wouldn't have become vegan, I don't think. So I'm so grateful. That sounds crazy. I'm so grateful that I had awful acne and was depressed, but I mean, it led me to where I am today, and I'm the most confident and happy that I've ever been. So how it started was I had acne. It was really bad. I was super desperate to find a cure for my acne. And so I turned to the internet, as us millennials do. And the first thing that comes up, like when I typed in, I think like causes of acne, is dairy, and then right after dairy is red meat. I was willing to do literally anything that the internet told me to cure my acne. So it was easy for me. I cut out dairy and red meat very quickly. Red meat I cut out first. It was super easy. I didn't really eat it that much. And since I was doing it to get rid of my acne, I was like, that's it, I'm committed, I'm doing it. So dairy and red meat became like the ultimate culprit of my acne. I was convinced if I cut this out, I would have clear skin. I was ready to have like this huge transformation. Little did I know, doesn't happen that quickly, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it started. So I cut out dairy, cut out red meat, lived about 6 or 7 months of that, and I was still eating chicken and I was still eating seafood because I had no connection of veganism to animals. At that point, it was just like, I need clear skin, this is what I need to do. So as time went on, and I was obviously not eating these things, so I was eating a lot of vegan food. So as I immersed myself more and more into the vegan community, I came across YouTubers and like people on Instagram who were vegan, and they talked a lot about being vegan for animals. So it was like inevitable. I was going to hear it either way. And then I heard about these documentaries, so I started watching documentaries and I was seeing other videos, and it all kind of slowly started making its way into my mind. I started making connections, and I don't really remember. This happens about like at the year mark of like I slowly was cutting things out, but around like a year, it became no longer was it just food to me. I couldn't even eat the chicken and the seafood without seeing an animal on my plate. And I don't remember what documentary or what video or what I watched or heard that made me make that connection. Like, this is not food anymore. These are innocent animals that are being killed for my pleasure, for me to enjoy my meal for 30 minutes to an hour, if that. I mean, some people don't even enjoy their food for 30 minutes. You're lucky if you get like 5 minutes. And I just don't think an animal's life is worth our enjoyment. I enjoy food now, being vegan, more than I ever did before, and I don't have to harm any animals while consuming my food. So, I mean, I kind of made all of those connections at once. It was all kind of a blur. I wish I would have kept like more documentation on it so that I could, really elaborate more on my story, but it really was just like something that went off in my head that was like, this is not food, these are animals. And now it breaks my heart to know that people have not made that connection. And I don't blame anybody for eating meat, because like I said, I was that person. Like, I don't care how many videos I see. You can show me whatever you want to show me. I'm still gonna enjoy my Big Mac. I mean, like a Big Mac was like my favorite meal before going vegan. I loved a Big Mac. And I'm not afraid to admit that. Like, I'm not shaming anybody for enjoying meat or eating meat, because I was that person. It just takes education and takes being taken out of what we've been raised on. When we were younger, we were given meat and dairy on a plate, and it was dinner. It was something that we consumed because it was the only thing that was fed to us. And it didn't occur in our heads when we were eating bacon or any type of meat that that animal had to suffer to be on our plate. And I wish that people could see it through my eyes, and that they could see what I see when I see meat and dairy, but I know that I am not. People are stuck in their ways, and I was one of those people, which is why I can say this and I know this. And it's really hard to change somebody's mind. And I have tried, believe me. I mean, close family and friends, when I first went vegan, I was kind of like that person that was like, how could you? You know, you have to go vegan. And that just doesn't work. It really doesn't. You cannot shame someone into going vegan. They get this like defense mode, because you're questioning the food that they eat every day, the food that they were brought up on. So once you try to shame someone into going vegan, they just get super defensive. They might take it out on you, and it just doesn't work. I think people just need to be educated and shown, you know, what really the meat and dairy industry is. And then, you know, if they see it and they still want to enjoy their meat and their dairy, that's fine. You know, at least I tried. At least, you know, I made an effort. But I think that everybody should at least make a small effort, maybe something like Meatless Mondays, or having one day a week where you don't eat meat or dairy, or maybe try it for a week and maybe just see how easy it can be. I don't really know. I'm not making this video to try to make people vegan, but I'm just kind of trying to share my experience with being vegan. And it truly is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, not just because it cleared my acne, not just because I am helping animals, but because I feel the best I've ever felt in my life. I've never felt more confident. I've never felt happier. I've never felt healthier, and I truly am living my best life, and I only have veganism to thank for it. So there's still like a ton of parts to the story that I would love to share, but this video would probably go on for hours. So that's like kind of the general story of it all, and how I'm vegan and why I'm vegan. And I can't encourage veganism enough to people. I want everyone to at least try it. I mean, once you like eat a vegan meal, it doesn't mean you have to be vegan forever. I mean, we eat vegan meals without even realizing it. So I just think there's this kind of like stigma around veganism that it's like just a salad, or you're just like eating grass. But I mean, I've never enjoyed food more than I do currently in my life. I've always enjoyed food and loved being in the kitchen, and I think that before going vegan, I definitely loved food more than a normal person. I mean, my career is in food. My life just revolves around food. So before going vegan, I definitely did love food. But now I feel like I'm in love with food. I have such a deep connection with my food. I make all my own meals, you know. I feel amazing when I can make a meal or enjoy a meal and finish that meal, and not only not have that feeling of like tiredness and just feeling gross. Like, I never get that feeling eating healthy vegan food, because there's definitely like unhealthy vegan food, but I mostly stick to like a healthy vegan diet, like a plant-based diet. And there's no better feeling in the world than me making something or consuming something and knowing that I did not have to harm an animal in order to enjoy my meal. It makes it so much more enjoyable, and it makes me feel good, and it's just the most amazing feeling in the world, and I want everyone to feel that feeling at least once in their life, if not for the rest of their lives. So I hope that you guys learned a little bit more about me and about my story, and if you would love to hear more about my acne story, or like how my family reacted to me being vegan, I would love to do like separate videos on those things, but this one's definitely probably very long, and you're probably so tired of hearing me talk about veganism. I should probably count how many times I said vegan in the last 30 minutes. It's probably far too many. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to keep filming videos about veganism and spreading the vegan message. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, share, all of those things, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.